This is the EndZone where we talk everything football, and welcome to the NFL Future Stars Series, Episode 2, Deonte Harris, specialist wide receiver for the New Orleans Saints. Now, before we get into it, I want to know any players that you want to see on this list. Another episode. This is only episode 2 of many that we're going to be doing on the offseason on players who you may or may not know who have potential to break out and become NFL stars that are kind of under the radar. Now, Harris is an interesting topic because he's 5'6", 170 pounds, a wide receiver. See here, Taysom Hill throwing a bomb to him in a wild card. So he is a wide receiver, but he doesn't get that many looks at the receiver position. 6 catches in the regular season for 24 yards, 4 attempts rushing for 31 yards. And what sticks out, 60 returns for 982 yards and a touchdown. That was in the regular season in 2019. In the postseason, which you are watching currently right now, 1 catch for 50 yards, 8 return for a total of 177 yards along of 54 versus the Minnesota Vikings. Now, this is a guy who I love because I always love the guy who's small, who's undersized, who kind of has a chip on his shoulder. And I think this is your guy if you're a fan of the Rudies of the world, the small players who have that heart. He's 5'6", 170 pounds. The haters are going to say that he's too small. The haters are going to say that he's too fragile. He does have some hamstring issues. And they're also going to say this is a guy who played for Assumption College, a Division II football team. He doesn't have what it takes to play in the NFL. But let me tell you, he's got it. If you watch this film, if you watch his speed and what he has, especially on those punt returns, you see it every kick return, but on the punt returns, you really see a lot of speed from this guy, and I think that's what Sean Payton likes in him. Sean Payton finds a lot of ways to find these new weapons and actually use them in his offense, and I think in year 2, Deonte Harris is going to get a lot more catches and a lot more touches, even rushing the ball. Last year we saw 4 attempts rushing. We didn't see any rushing attempts in the playoffs, but we did see 1 reception. So he did break multiple Division II records as a specialist in college. He returned 14 punt and kickoff return touchdowns. That is incredible, and that's actually a record not only Division II, but across all divisions. So Division I, FCS, D2, and D3. So this guy is a baller. He does it all. And I'd love to see him more included in the Saints offense next year as a weapon. If they could use him in some jet sweeps, use him in maybe some trick plays, get him some screens because he's so fast. And the main worry about him really is him being undersized. But again, when you watch his film, you see that he makes up for it with his speed. He did have 3 fumbles, 1 lost last season. That could be a little bit of an issue, but not too much of a problem. Ball control is always important. But if you're just watching his speed, his next level ability is definitely there. And I'll go ahead and shut up for a second. You can watch some of his outstanding plays from last year, but I want to know what you think about Deonte Harris. And also, please let me know other players who you think have a shot to break out for episode 3. This is episode 2. We're going to keep it going all year long. Cannot wait for this series to get going. Again, let me know what you think down below, and let's watch the rest of these highlights. If you look at that speed, even though there's a penalty on this play, just look at his vision and his ability to break through. Again, another important game against the 49ers. Spin move, breaking multiple tackles. Even though he's small, you can't bring him down with arm tackles. That's what you love about him. Small college, small guy, big heart. And look at that speed. Breaking free almost to the 50. Here's another angle. Sees the hole, pushes forward. No arm tackles. You can't bring him down with arm tackles. Again, the same game. And a punt. See that? He makes 2 guys miss. Breaks free, finally tackled. You got to get a big dude to take him down. Another kickoff. Again, he gets that hole and he breaks right through. I'd love to know what you think down below. Thanks for watching the End Zone.